Hello and welcome to Seesaw Activity Creating Best Practices Lesson 3. This video is going to be part of your instructional resources that will need to be viewed in order for you to complete your assignment. In this video, the following topics are covered. Number 1, use Seesaw icon shortcuts. Number 2, use audio instructions. Number 3, link other resources needed. Number 4, create a template. And number 5, click on the heart. Let's get started with number 1. When creating activities, it is best practice to use Seesaw icon shortcuts. Here you see a collection of shortcuts, of icon shortcuts. And so when you are creating these activities and you want, for example, students to draw, to use their drawing tool, what you need to do is, in the instructions, follow this pattern. Colon, the word, which in this case is drawing, and colon. And when you press save on your activity, the students will see the pencil icon. Let me elaborate. Here is the instructions already typed out or entered. And as you can see, there's already that pattern, the colon, the word in the colon for each part of the instruction that has already been added. After you save, this is what the students will see. The add response green icon, the drawing icon, the microphone, the mouse, all of those were created by inserting the shortcuts. Best practice tip number 2, use audio instructions. Especially for your young students, it is best practice to use audio in the instruction area of your Seesaw activities. So these right here that you see are the instructions. Do you see the audio that was inserted there? So for your young learners, it is very important to have that for understanding and for clearance of instructions. Also on your student work area, so this screen right here displays what a student would see. Well, by adding audio, your young students will be able to know exactly what is it that they need to do, even if they can't read yet. Best practices number 3, link other resources needed. For example, on this activity that was just created, it is an activity that has to do with reading of a story, the very hungry caterpillar. So students are to read the story and then complete a set of questions and color. What a great idea, or what a great resource it would be to have that story included within their assignment. And there is a way to do it. And it is by linking. It is an external link. You do have to go to YouTube to retrieve it, but then you link it within the student's activity. Let me show you how it's done. Let's go to my class. Ready? We're here in my class. This is an activity that has just been created. It is the story of the very hungry caterpillar. So the students are going to need to listen and watch the video of the story. And after that, they have other activities to complete. But our focus is, how do we link an outside resource into our Seesaw activity? There's different places to put it. I prefer to put it where the students will have the easiest access to, which is on the student template. So I'm right here on the student template. I will click to go in, and then you see the link icon. We have the photo icon, the drawing, video, uploading, noting, taking, and the link icon. So this is where I need to click to access the address bar. So I next need to go to outside of Seesaw and into YouTube. And this is the resource that I want. How do I get that link necessary to embed onto my Seesaw activity? I go to share. I click on share. And here you have the different ways that it can be embedded. But all we need to do is copy. And then we go back into our Seesaw tab. We right click paste. And then click on the check mark. And that will embed our story into the student's template or the student's work area. Once again, I click on the green check mark. And you can see it up here, right here on the left-hand side, bottom area of the instructions. And the last step so that it's ready for our students and it's ready to be assigned is to click save. And there you have it. You have the activity created with the instructions and the link added to it, an external link. What did you think? Pretty simple, right? Now let's go on. Best practices number 4. Create a template. The idea is to work smarter, not harder. So you can create a template on recurring assignments and then you can edit them as needed. For example, this activity is an activity that I will be using every week. So I can simply use it as a template to copy and recreate it over and over as needed. All I need to do is go to the 3 dots on the right-hand side, bottom area of the activity, click on it. This is going to bring a menu with more options. Find, copy, and edit activity. Click on it. And you have just created an exact copy of the document, which you will then simply edit and update it as needed. Let's go on. The 5th resource, the 5th best practice tip. Ready? Click on a heart. What? What does that mean? Well, by clicking on a heart, that alone will save the activity in your library. Let me elaborate. As you are looking in your school district and in your community, as you're looking down the different activities, when you find one that you like, for example, let's say that we fell in love with this one, Fall Count Copied by Rachel Stone. We really like that activity. So what we do is we find that little heart on the right-hand corner and we click on it. After that, it will turn pink and that shows us that it's been automatically saved into our library. Let's recap our learning. We learned about using Seesaw icon shortcuts. We talked about using audio instructions and how important they are on supporting our young learners. We also talked about linking other resources that are needed within our students' activities. We learned how to create a template And we learned that by clicking on the heart, that helps us to save activities that we find that can be used, and they're saved within our own library. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to email me at ana.guevara01 at utrgv.us.